Hello guys, how are you all doing? Weekend. I just thought I should just post the one video, ne? So today's topic, I'm just gonna be talking about Tabaya breakout. Like when you have a breakout, how do you then act on that? How do you execute trades once there's a breakout? Why one? So I can give an example like a trend line. Ne? You can get a breakout a trend line. Some they will tell you about the head and shoulders. And I don't trade those. Mara. A breakout is basically sort of going outside of the structure that you had. Like those ones who are trading head and shoulders, like they will do. And how do they draw it? They will say shoulder, head, shoulder. When you break here to the other side, that's a breakout. And then those ones who will be talking about the double bottom or double top, they will say the moment you're crossing this, that's a breakout. Right one. So now I'll give the scenario in your trend line. If let's say the price is moving down, and then if let's say we hit a very strong support, then we see the price turning to the upside and then challenging the trend line, and we get the breakout. Now it comes the question, now you got your breakout, you hit the support. How do you then take advantage and try and not be left out when the price reverses, should it reverse? Why one? So trader number one, this is how most people trade. They will just go and buy instantly. So as soon as the price seems to be, coming to the other side, the person will just buy. Mara, now the problem with that, the problem with buying like that, now I think, I guess, or there's no like a perfect way of doing things. Mara, the problem, remember when you're placing your stop loss, it is very important for you to pick an area where the price is gonna struggle to get to it. So in this case, if you are that trader that will just go and take a buy as soon as the price breaks the trend line, you can't take a buy and then put a stop loss there. This does not make sense. Why? Because the area where you put your stop loss, if you move left, you can see that you're going to touch the price. So the price has been there before. So what do you think is going to stop the price to play around and touch your stop loss and then continue going up if it wants to? So how where stop loss are, how make sure you put it when you're moving left, you can see, or even when I move left, there's no much price action around this level that I'm picking. So there's less chances of the price from reaching my stop loss. So what I mean by that, go the sensible area to place your stop loss, game somewhere there. Because if you move left, you can see that the last time price tried to reach there, it failed. So this area, it's not easily reachable. But in this case, remember, you're just placing it inside what? Inside the support, of which if you put it here, it will be much more stronger because of what? You have got the support that's going to try and push the price up so that it doesn't reach your stop loss. And also this showed that it's not easily reachable. It's going to be too wide. So that's why it is important for you to enter in a way in such that where stop loss are, how it won't be challenged. Whatever. So that's trader number one, can buy like that. Trader number two can say, I need what? I need a retest. Some people, they say it's a retest when the price comes and then it moves down, and then let's say it moves down and then touches the trend line here, they will buy. Mara, how when you're buying also, you can't buy and still make the same mistake as the trader one and put your stop loss there. I mean, come on. Stop loss, I mean, your support is here. What do you think the price, what will stop the price from touching the support again before taking off? And it means now it's going to swallow your stop loss, and then you predicted that the price is going to go up, and then what? It did go up, Marawena, because of how you placed your stop loss, you lost that trade. Whatever. So that's why our stop loss is important. And then traders 3 will say what? Now I will only buy if what? That's how I do it now myself. If let's say we hit the area and then we turn, and then this is the nearest resistance, ne? If I take this out, then it means I've got a huge space. This one doesn't count anymore because it would have been taken out, and then a huge space before I hit maybe the next resistance where I can put my take profit, and then I'll buy where if I have a demand there. Remember, I showed you how to do a demand in between the trend, and then I can say pull back, because remember, the price already has moved. Imagine the price has already made this move, man. It has already made this move. So I can't just say we have broken the thing, the resistance I'm buying there. Already the price has moved a lot. So you can buy, and then the price decides to what? To sort of rest. Remember, the price moves like this. It doesn't just go like that. So if you feel like it has already been too extended, it's possible that it will pause, pull back nyana before taking off, gather some strength before taking off. So that's why now, after taking this out, I will be like, okay, I'm waiting for the next pullback. The next pullback, I'm taking it, and then I want it to touch maybe this. So that's where the trader number 2 will say what is a retest of the trend line. I'm not trading that. I'm testing what sort of a pullback to area of support, this dynamic area of support. Then it takes off, then I exit there. That's trader number 3. Why? So those are the ways in which you can trade what? A breakout. Let's just recap. Trader, the first way would be what? Buying instantly when the breakout happens. Number 2, wait for pullback to the structure that is broken. So if it's a trend line, it will be a retest of the trend line. If you're trading the head and shoulders, it will be a retest of what? The neckline. I think they call it that. And then number 3, it will be waiting for after breaking out of the trend line, wait for price to take out a resistance level that is nearest. If you find that sometimes the price can move like this, when it is going down, it can move like this, and then you find that the nearest resistance level is up there, then obviously you can't wait for the price to get there. You can just take your buy there. Already you have enough space before you can hit what? Resistance. But if you find that there's a resistance nearby, wait for the price to take it out, and then trade what? Pull back to the pullback from the nearest support, or the support that formed that move that went up and took out resistance. Why? So those are the ways in which you can do what? You can trade bargain. You can trade your thing. You can trade your breakout. But in all these scenarios, it's very important to stop loss placement. Is very important. Otherwise, you will end up losing a trade that you could have won, or that you predicted that the price was going to go in that direction. Matter because you just gave the stop loss to the market and say my stop loss is here, and then the market is just trying to move around, and then it touches your stop loss and then it takes off. You'll be very frustrated. It's frustrating when that thing happens, ne? So now let's go to the chart and then try and identify an area or a trend line that is broken, and then we can just talk about these 3 ways in which you can enter. But remember, there is no a better one. You can say, so when you have to assess all of them and check which one works for you. Now this one, I don't like it in a sense that when I'm doing this, when I break the trend line, it forces me to enter up there, and already the price has moved. Imagine the price already, it has moved from here to there. Now I'm just entering. Don't you think that the momentum could be dying out, and then the price is there to rest before taking off? And this rest can take your stop loss if you place it too closer to the thing. So now that's why I don't enter number 1. I wait for a pullback. Price must rest. I want a fresh wave. I want to catch the fresh wave. Why one? So that's me. I'm trading number 3 now. I wait for us to take out that trend line, and if there's the nearest resistance, take it out, and then this fresh wave, when it starts here, this is what I want. Patience, guys. Patience. So let's move to the chart and try and identify these methods of entering how to trade le breakout. All right, here's the first method. So we had something like this, and then our trend line is somewhere there, right? And then what did we do? The price, I got trend line was passing somewhere there. the price went up and played outside the trend line, and then this is our area where it turned, né? And then when it went up, now as trader number 3, I would say I want you to even take out this nearest resistance. It must go above the nearest resistance before I can take it. I can take a buy from the nearest demand, or the demand that caused the move that took out the trend line, and also maybe took out the resistance one, of which here we got it. After the price went above our resistance, we'd be like, oh, this resistance does not exist anymore. So it means I have to identify the nearest demand. I have to move lower, and then it means the nearest demand is this. So if the price comes to this, I'm taking a buy. And it did come here. You can see a pit bar there. We're not saying this would have been a trade market. If I enter this trade, this is how I would assess it. I would say, like, okay, we took out this, we took out that, and then I'm taking a buy from this. And then when I'm taking a buy from this, I just want to remember we need a minimum of 3:1. My stop loss would be there, and then I need at least 3 times this, at least 3 times what I was risking, of which in this case I got it. But I think now would have wanted to exit there, even though the price didn't get there. But it gave me what, 3:1. Remember, as soon as it gives you 2:1, you do what? You close half your trade, or you move above break even and lock in some profit. So that this is how trader number 3 on self I would have entered it. So let's look for option number 1 and option number 2. Then we will also show you how to enter those ones. Oh, all right. Here's trader number 1. Trader number 1. If let's say we had a trend line there, and then price went above the trend line. As soon as the price went above, trader number 1 will just go and buy. And maybe, remember, ideally you'll have to put your stop loss there. So, and then hope that it will just continue going up. That's trader number 1, and it did go up. But I remember I said this is risky because already the price has been moving like that, so it can get a putback and take you out. But in this case, it worked for trader number 1. And then in because like trader gang, I wait for a pullback, I would have still be waiting for the price to come back, and then it didn't come back. So it's fine. I didn't lose anything. I just missed the trade. My account is still the same. I didn't lose anything. So that's how trader number 1 would have gotten a trade there. So let's look for the second trader who would take the retest of a trend line. Well, I'm struggling to find like a perfect scenario, but I'll just use this one to demonstrate. You will get the idea. So trader number 2, when this happens and the trend line is taken out, they are waiting for this to come back and touch the trend line. So this time it did not touch the trend line. To touch the trend line, and then they buy from there. And remember, now as trader number 3, I was gonna go like this and say this is the area of what, of resistance. It's too near my thing, so I want it to be taken out, of which it was taken out. When the price comes down, I want to buy from somewhere there. Then now would have missed the trade by a couple of pips, and trader number 1 also would have lost. Right now we wouldn't have lost, we would have just have what, we would have missed the trades, because remember, trader number 1, as soon as he gets the breakout, he buys. So depending on where you would have put his stop loss, this would have what, maybe taken him out, unless if you put it there, of which is too wide, like one. So I think we can end it here, guys. I hope you now understand, or now there's actually different ways in which you can enter the markets after getting a breakout. When you just have to pick one that you think it will work for you and then stick to it. Now personally, I go with method number 3, because I understand it, and it makes my stop loss to be smaller, because I wait for a pullback. When I get the pullback and I'm buying from here, my stop loss will just be there, unlike someone who bought there and the stop loss is this wide one. So I hope it makes sense, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe that side. All right, cheers, guys.